All right, good morning, everybody. Let's try that again. Say good morning, everybody. That's what I'm talking about. All right, this is a great day because this is one of those special assemblies where we get to recognize the success of your peers.
Normally we put them in some nice neat formation, but we didn't have time to rehearse for this one. But I'm just excited to share with you just the outstanding season that the 97 individuals behind you were able to put together this season. First thing I'm going to do is just thank a few people though. Many of our parents are here today, and what we do as an organization this large with everything that we have is absolutely impossible without the help of some wonderful people. First for our parents, just for providing all the food and water at our mini events, at band camp, at competitions, between events, all that. We just thank you for all the parents that were involved in providing the food. Our beautiful new uniforms that we were able to get last year takes a lot of organizing and upkeep and adjusting, and thanks to Beth Sinclair and her crew for taking care of all of the details with outfitting a group this large as well. And then a big, huge special thank you to our pit crew. Now, for those of you not familiar with marching band, there's a big crew of parents with every marching band that travels with them and helps move equipment and helps get things set up and torn down and put away and moved from one place to the next. Absolutely impossible to do marching band competitions without the help of our pit crew parents, and especially David and Holly Feaster, who took charge of organizing all of the pit crew parents that helped us out, and then driving the Feaster tractor pulling our trailer to the different competitions. So can we give a round of applause for our wonderful parents? I also had the opportunity to work with some awesome staff members who helped us to excel this year. First, our Assistant Director of Bands, David Solzberger. Go ahead and stand up. Eyes and ears in the field throughout the season, and he's also the man behind the scenes that takes care of all the technical aspects. So many things that need to happen just behind the scenes that just get done because he's always on top of everything like that. Our color guard instructor, Stephanie Swan. And working with our front ensemble percussion, and also really get involved in our visual presentation and helping out with that, Danny Matthew. And then not able to join us this morning, also helped with our battery, was Bobby Kyrer. And the three of them are full-time ISU students, and so they are managing their ISU schedule, maybe some teaching duties that they have, and then also on top of that, had a huge role in everything that we did this season. So some people just kind of like, how does this marching band thing work? We're not governed by the IHSA, we don't go to regionals and sectionals and all that kind of thing. It's just that different places host different marching competitions, and you can go to small schools, you can go to big schools. And last spring I was sitting in Kenya trying to decide what I was going to sign the band up for this year, knowing that they had had a good season and that things were going well. And I thought, let's just go ahead and sign up for the big ones this year. And the state competition that we do every year, that we band directors consider our State of Illinois competition, happens right here in our stadium. And that's the State of Illinois Invitational hosted by ISU. So that's a given. I signed us up for that one. But then I realized that the University of Illinois competition, which is also the other huge competition in our state with the best bands in our state, was the same day. And we never tried to do two competitions in a day. But I thought, what the heck, let's do it. And so I signed us up in Class 3A, which is not who we were supposed to compete against, so that schedule-wise it would work for us to do ISU in the morning in the preliminary competition, and then U of I in the afternoon, and then probably be done for the day. Little did we know what kind of a day we would have. And so 2 weeks ago on October 20th, the first thing that we did was, it was our huge day, kind of like nearing the end of the season state competition here at ISU. And the first thing you do is compete in the preliminary competition, and some years we have to perform at 7:15, 7:30. We were fortunate enough this year to draw an 8:42 slot, so they didn't have to get here till 6:30 or so for this year's competition. So our day started around 6:30 in the morning, warm-ups, prepare, perform, and we just had an outstanding performance at preliminaries, but we didn't get to stick around for the awards to see how we did because we got on a bus and went over to UHigh to that competition in some extreme wind conditions, and we had an outstanding performance there. Outstanding performance there, and as we were driving to the UHigh, we found out that, lo and behold, we won the Class 1A state championship here at the state of Illinois. We've been going to this competition just about every year since I've been here at UHigh, and years before that. This is the first time in our school's history that we've ever won the Class 1A state championship at ISU. So then ISU also, they take all the classes, there's 6 classes based on school size. They take all the classes, and if you win your class, then you get invited back to finals. And so as soon as we found out that we were the 1A champions, then we knew we had a third performance. After we did UHigh, we drove back over here for the finals competition Saturday night and got to perform in that. Which again, that's the first time we've ever competed in the finals competition at ISU. And usually the Class 1A bands are kind of just there as an honor, which we were. But we actually ended up beating 2 of the other bands in finals, which has never happened for a Class 1A band at the ISU finals, so that was exciting. So then the other thing I was doing last spring was deciding, do we want to do a BOA competition? Okay, so BOA stands for Bands of America, and that's an organization based out of Indianapolis that organizes huge marching competitions nationwide, and they do them at different locations all over the country. And there was one in St. Louis just last weekend on the 26th and 27th, and that's where we all were on that Friday. There were 74 bands at that competition from all over the country, from Texas, Arkansas, Wisconsin, Iowa, North Carolina, Missouri, all over the place. And they converged on the Dome in St. Louis where the Rams used to play, and we had the opportunity to play in there. Again, just going, this is a huge competition. They don't even tell you what class you're in before you go, so you're competing against 74 other bands as far as you know when you get there. And then they tell you at awards the class winners. We were just going, again, just for the experience and to see some amazing bands from around the country. One from Oklahoma that won it. Just amazing that they give these students the experience to see that. Then we get to the awards ceremony, and we won Best General Effect. Then we won Best Music Performance. Then we won Best Visual Performance. And then all of a sudden we won at Bands of America, our first time ever trying that. And so that was just a huge deal. Yeah. It really caused a stir among the BOA bands, the Bands of America, bands that have been going there forever. They're like, who is this band? They called us the Sprite Band because of the colors of our uniforms. Who is this band that we've never seen before? And we really kind of caused a stir there as this 1A band that came in, and we were not just the Class 1A champions, but we were right in the mix of all of these other bands from these huge schools when you look at our scores and our placement and everything. So, very exciting. And I just have to say as the band director that's all great. The recognition and everything is great. The trophies are fun, and you love to see your students be recognized. But the reward as a director is to see the whole process from when they started camp on July 30th, when lots of you were still enjoying your summer and they decided to come here for 12 hours a day, and what oftentimes ends up being a super hot week, and put in the hours and the work that they did to put together the amazing performance that they did this year. And the 97 people having a group that huge, with each one of their own strengths, of their own values, of their own interests, to be able to come together and put this thing together and show up to every rehearsal with just a unity of mind and purpose and focus, seeing how better that they were getting every day, and to continue to improve every day, and they knew at some point that we had something special going on this year. And that's the reward as a teacher, that at the end of a performance I can just smile and see the camaraderie and the love that they have for each other after what they just got to do on the football field together. So we're going to show a little video recap of what we did this season. Thanks to Angelo Favis and David Greenfield for just kind of documenting what we did throughout the season. It kind of shows you what happened this year.